The Preflex paddles are designed really with all swimmers and all abilities in mind. We wanted to open up the idea that bigger isn't always better from a paddle perspective. We like to be able to train technique and strength in our younger swimmers.
It can work in a myriad of different ways. I think one of the biggest components that we always talked about is initiating that catch. It's the #1 thing that swimmers from a learn to swim all the way to a collegiate level need to learn. Initiating their fingertips to really pull that elbow up and start your catch early, that I think has developed from any coach will tell you is, quintessential in the starting of their stroke.
We used an ergonomic model to create some flex points in the actual paddle, and that lets the hand kind of flex naturally as you enter the water, as you pull through your catch, and as you finish. It's all doing what your hand would do when you'd naturally be swimming. We found that the flexibility needed for smaller swimmers and bigger swimmers was different. Your entry-level kid swimmers are going to need a little bit more flexible paddle to get the right kind of water feedback, and your more experienced bigger swimmers are going to actually want a little bit more rigidity to match that water feel for their needs.
Most trainers would say that swimming is the best full-body workout. And while that's true, we're seeing the pool differently these days, and it's looking more like an all-in-one fitness center. Can't swim? That's okay, because there's more here than you might have thought. See, in the water, you'll find the best environment for flexibility and freedom, and it's unbelievably powerful in positive ways. More than that, its properties deliver strength and endurance you simply can't find on land. It's the evolution of fitness. So if you're a fanatic searching for a fresh new challenge, or a pro athlete looking for a competitive edge, or you struggle with daily movements, the water offers more. It's all in the science. You see, less gravity means less impact on the joints and body. And water's resistance causes slower movement. That allows cleaner coordination, and that leads to less chance of injury. And this resistance is consistent, testing every move in every direction. What's more is the water maximizes every contraction while reducing eccentric load. And that means less fatigue and next day pain. If all this wasn't enough, the water offers natural compression for better blood circulation and faster recovery. It's how the body was meant to move, with more gain but less pain. There's fit, and there's Speedo Fit.
The human body. We're compelled to explore the unknown, to find something more. It's what we find in the water, with more resistance, but not the impact of gravity. And boom, it's a whole new kind of workout. It's running, weights, resistance, all of it, but better. You want something more? You have to be in the water. There's Fit, and there's Speedo Fit.
And this is some of my favorite Aquasphere swim gear. The ErgoFlex by Aquasphere is a really cool paddle because it has a lot of give. So when you're swimming, you actually get to really grab the water and pull, and you can have a completely different experience when you put on these paddles. So if you want to be able to jump in the pool, do a paddle set, feel the water, this is the paddle for you.
Hi, I'm Dave Scott. I'm here in Livermore at the FINIS headquarters, and obviously you can see the pool in the background. I've got a swim session coming up with a group that's congregated, and we're going to go through several of the different products with FINIS because I think there's a lot of merit and innovation behind the technology that FINIS puts out with their product line. And I want to just show you a couple of the paddles. This one that I have in front of me is called the Agility Paddle, and I've been using it with my group in Boulder, Colorado, and a lot of the athletes that I coach worldwide. I've recommended this paddle for a couple reasons. One, it looks funny. It's pretty darn unique though, because you just slide your thumb in it like this. I apologize, that finger is kind of crooked, but it allows you to keep your palm real flat on the surface of the paddle. So the tendency in using the Agility Paddle is if you don't keep that palm pressure on the surface of the paddle, you end up flexing your fingers, and so as you flex those fingers like this, it'll just kind of pull off. And the second thing is if you don't have a high elbow set on the front end, and on the front end here is if I let my elbow drop and the water catches the back here, you're going to feel this flap in the water. The advantage of these is to teach really the front end of the stroke, and I emphasize this more with all my athletes on how do we get a high elbow set, how do we feel hand pressure, how do we keep the pressure on that, and the Agility Paddle allows you to do that. I also try to mix the paddles a little bit, and I'm going to show you the other one. So this one is the Freestyler paddle, and it's very unique design. Obviously you can see the taper, it has this little skag on the back, and the big advantage of the Freestyler paddle is that it has a single loop for your finger, and you're going to see that this paddle doesn't have a wrist loop, and the reason it doesn't have a wrist loop is for some of the same reasons with the Agility Paddle. If you don't have the high elbow set, it's going to catch the back of this and it's going to start pulling off. But the real advantage of this is the skag on the bottom. So when you put your hand in, it allows you to keep the level and the pressure, I'll say the level and the trajectory when you put your hand in, 3 to 4 inches below the surface of the water. And I have people have a really shallow entry as long as their elbow joint is a little bit higher than their wrist joint when they put that in the water. We get in trouble if we drop it like this. And obviously this is pretty severe. So with the Freestyler paddle, it allows you to kind of linger longer on that front end. And those are the two words that I use. I say linger longer on the front end so you can feel the pressure. Don't drive that hand straight down towards the bottom like you're spearing a fish on the bottom of the pool, because then you use your posterior deltoids too much in that first end of your stroke. So a real big advantage on using both the Agility Paddle and the Freestyler paddle. And it looks like I'm doing an ad, but I'm not doing an ad. They work really, really well, and they're fun to intermix. And so I like people to have these in their swim bag where they have a set of the Freestyler and also the Agility. One more item. It actually is very, very effective doing backstroke because it allows you to keep the pressure on your hand, your little finger when you're doing backstroke. So I found it very effective because it works really darn well. Anyway, we're going to try these here in just a minute.
For more details, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel.